Overwatch patch 1.15 is planned to go live tomorrow. This is of course the update that adds the new map Junkertown, the changes to D.Va, and the overhaul to Mercy. Now we've seen some adjustments in what initially launched on the PTR a few weeks back, so in this video today I wanted to give you guys a brief refresher of all of the changes that will be coming to the live servers. So first off, let's go over the D.Va change. Obviously we have that new ability, Micro Missiles, where she fires a barrage of missiles in a straight line wherever she is facing. Now initially this actually dealt enough damage to kill any 200 health heroes, however it was later adjusted, reducing the damage by 25%, so now she's got a bit more of damage to do. Now fortunately enough, if you do play D.Va though, you also got the boost to her boosters, allowing her to fire the fusion cannons while she is flying towards an enemy, activating micro missiles for a ton of damage, and then also using your fusion cannons while you are flying. All of this makes D.Va a much more aggressive and offensively capable hero. Unfortunately though, along with this, we saw the nerf to defense matrix, the resource meter depleting twice as quickly. So instead of previously having a maximum of 4 seconds, that's now been dropped down to 2 seconds. Now initially this was also still coupled with the 10-second recharge timer. That was later reduced as well. Now it's, I believe, around 8 seconds is the timing to fully recharge. So while D.Va is again a much stronger offensive damage dealing character, her defensives have been significantly nerfed, and it's going to be really interesting to see how D.Va fares once she hits the live servers. You know, people kind of stopped complaining once they made it so that the refill meter happened a little bit more quickly, but I also think people just stopped playing much on the PTR altogether, so it's really hard to tell at this point, and it's really going to take some time on the live servers for us to get a good sense of where D.Va is sitting at the moment. She's certainly not going to be nearly as strong in the tank position anymore, but you're going to see people picking her sort of as that brawler, moving in, flying in, micro missiles, and then defense matrix to get out, or popping defense matrix at key times. One thing is certain though for D.Va players, it's going to be a bit more tricky than it has been in the past to keep her alive, so hopefully you have some good supports by your side. And speaking of supports, we're going to move on to the Mercy Rework, which got that total overhaul. Resurrect has now been changed from the ultimates to now a regular skill. It's a single target ability. You can target anyone within a 5-meter distance, and it's got a 30-second cooldown. Now, line of sight, initially it looked like you didn't need line of sight, but upon doing some testing this morning on the PTR, it does appear that you need full line of sight. You can't resurrect through walls, even if they're within that 5-meter distance from you. Now, since Resurrect has been changed from an ultimate to a regular skill, she now no longer gets the invulnerability that she used to have with Resurrect. They're toning down its overall power, obviously also turning into a single target ability. But then, of course, she now has the new ultimate, Valkyrie. So Valkyrie basically boosts up all of her other abilities. Her staff will now heal and boost multiple targets. Her blaster used to get infinite ammo, as well as getting a damage and fire rate boost. Now she just has the infinite ammo, so she doesn't need to reload while she has her Valkyrie ultimate active, and she can just fire as much as she wants, but she doesn't get that extra boost, turning her into a crazy battle Mercy. On top of that, Guardian Angel gets an increase to its range and movement speed. Resurrect, the cooldown is instantly reset, so you can pop res for one target, use your ultimate, and then resurrect again immediately after, and then it's also, instead of a 30-second cooldown, reduced to a 10-second cooldown. And then hover now just gives her the outright ability to fly wherever she pleases, although that flight speed was also nerfed. Initially it was at the value of 11, it went down to the value of 9. And then lastly, her regeneration passive is no longer interrupted while Mercy takes damage, so while she's taking damage she will continue to regenerate health. All in all, the ultimate is certainly very, very strong. You still have the healing and boosting of your entire team so long as they're within a relatively close distance to each other, and you know, her pistol is still better than the base version, but it's not nearly as good as it was when the PTR first hit. So there was a lot of complaints about Mercy just popping ultimate, whipping out the pistol, and getting full team clears. Although there's a lot of heroes in this game that when they ultimate are capable of getting full team clears. I think Mercy felt just a little odd for people, especially because her primary role for the rest of the game is as a healer. So all of a sudden she pops her ultimate and now she's just an ungodly destructive beast. Although I suppose you could make the argument that Zenyatta is the flip-flop of that. He spends most of the game doing a lot of damage, and then during his ultimate he's a healing machine. So, either way, that was nerfed, but still, she still has her huge boost to the rest of her support kit, and it's a really nice change. I really dig this Mercy overhaul. I talked about it when I first hit the PTR as well, that I'm happy to see Blizzard is willing to do these big changes to heroes, kind of readjusting how they play in many situations. She still has most of her same skills, she's got a new ultimate, but the way she plays, especially with that new ultimate, and with the fact that Resurrect is now a single target 30-second cooldown regular ability, it changes it up and mixes it up, and I'm glad that they're willing to make those big moves. I think it keeps the game fresh. And so those are the changes to Mercy. A brief mention, of course, to Reinhardt barrier field. He can now look around him while the barrier is up without having to physically spin his entire body. And then, of course, we have the brand new map, Junkertown. Junkertown is looking to be a fun and interesting map. I've enjoyed my time playing it on the PTR, and it'll be nice to get it in the regular map rotation. All right, guys, that does it for me here today. As always, I want to thank you all so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you have a good one. Till next time, I'll see you later.